got an hour and a half to kill and I need to declutter my pantry like no other. About once or twice a year, I go through and I completely take everything out, declutter, clean, make any improvements I need to our pantry, and that day has come for 2022. I am actually doing a whole series once a month where I am going to be cleaning, organizing, and decluttering a different area of our home. I already did my 3 girls' rooms in about an hour and a half. I did our laundry room, which really needed a deep clean and organize, and now today it's time for the pantry. So I would love if you guys would come along with me, find an area of your home to tackle, and then every month we'll do a different one and I'll have some motivation for you along the way. If you are new here, hi, my name is Sarah, and on my channel I like to share how I create balance that sticks and how you can too. I have 3 daughters, ages 7, 4, and 1, a very busy husband, and I also run a subscription box, so I love to talk about time management, productivity, organization, decluttering, and all the things to make your life a little bit easier and smoother every single day. So if you like content like that, make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you as part of our Glue Stick family. So let's go look at my cluttered pantry. So here is a look at our pantry. This is actually an entry closet, a really big one. It's got a very large size door on it compared to most doors. We can fit 2 organizers on it, and it's just a few steps away from the kitchen in our dining room. It's right by the front door, and we don't use that door to come in and out of our house most days, so we can utilize this as a pantry. Something I recently did a few months ago was to get these 3-tiered carts. It fits 3 of them perfectly. We can pull them in and out and bring them to the kitchen. Since it is not attached to our kitchen, this is just really handy. And before, they would not fit with the casters, so we just moved this shelf up a little bit. So this one's a little bit shorter, that way these can fit. And I have one for all of our like lunch packing supplies, one for snacks, and then one for my husband's baking business. That's kind of a unique thing about our family too. My husband has a cookie business, so he has a lot of extra ingredients in here than we normally would have. So that's also what makes it a little bit more cluttered more often. But I'm gonna just start taking everything out. Something I also want to do today is screw this actually into the door because it gets weighed down and it kind of comes out from the door as you go lower, and sometimes things will like slip through here and fall out, which we don't want. So I'm gonna screw that in, and then if I need to move things around and kind of change the organization, I will do that. Everything is out, as you can see. It's amazing how much stuff you can fit in one closet. It really truly is. I did not take the stuff out of the very top because it's kind of hard to get out, but that's basically just like party supplies, like nicer disposable, like paper plates, cutlery, and stuff like that. And our vacuum sealer, and then I think a spiralizer. I'm just gonna not worry about that. But now I'm just gonna take my all-purpose cleaner, which I just use water, vinegar, and some essential oils, spray all of these shelves off, give them a good clean, and then sweep up the floor. And then I'll move on to screwing this in and going through making sure the dates are all good and everything, as you will see for all of the food items. So I just went through my screw bin container organizer, and I have a couple different options. This one has a very large, whatever this part of the screw is called, which I want because I don't want it to be able to go through these holes, which are kind of big. So this would stay put for sure, but it's so big around. And since I'm screwing directly into my hardwood door, solid, I don't really want to use those. So I found these smaller ones, much narrower here and not as deep, but they have the big things, so they're not gonna go through. So they won't be going so far into my doors, and they're a smaller hole to fill for if we ever take this off or move or what have you. I decided to switch these two around. This was really weighing down that side of the door because we fit so much more on here. So I'm gonna put it on this side to hopefully just help that problem a little bit. And actually now I can screw it in anywhere. And plus this might be better to screw into this side of the door. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, it's now super secure on here. It's not going anywhere, which should give it a lot more strength and stability too. It just tested the door shuts. So what I'm gonna do first is decide what we want on here. I really wanna do all of our canned items on here, and then I'm gonna figure out what I want to use this for because it's a little harder to see stuff in, and I might even label. I'm not exactly sure yet. So I'm gonna go through, pull out most of the canned items and put it on here. I went through all the canned items or anything like loose like this, baking items that, you know, should be on a shelf, like on a little shelf, not just in a container. I'm gonna see how this all fits. I kind of organized it by tomatoes, peppers, random. We've got soup, some Pedialyte, some tuna, and then like extras of like honey and mayo and stuff like that. We've got beans and veggies and any fruit, peanut butter, and then we've got like hot chocolate, cornmeal, and breadcrumbs, and then some baking items and some oats. So I'm gonna see how that all fits on here. Also, just so you guys are wondering, we cannot fit two of these because there's a door handle. So it would not work to have another one of these. It would have to go like right here, which would cut off the door handle, and the door wouldn't shut. I've tried it, so that's why I have one of these as well, just so you guys are aware. Okay, so pretty much everything fit, which is really good. I've just got oats up here, cornmeal, breadcrumbs, peanut butter, baking type items, a little bit more baking items, some extra condiments, extra things, some canned goods. It basically was just however it would fit. And I could stack some of the cans, and they don't seem to move around because they kind of lock in place on top of the other one. So if they end up falling, I'll obviously have to do something different, but this seems to work okay. It's not like we're like thrusting the door open. So I put the Pedialyte here. I think what I'm gonna put in here is some cleaning supplies and like mac and cheese and other box items that don't take up a lot of space and could fit in here. So I know ideally you'd put cleaning items at the bottom, so if they were to ever leak, they wouldn't be leaking on something, but they've never leaked. I don't think they're going to, and it's like peroxide. There is a cleaner, but then it's like vitamin E oil and some essential oils, but I don't want, if my kids ever get into this, them to get those, so that's why I'm putting them up higher, and I'm just not too worried about it. So I put the mac and cheese. These are just cords for our cordless like sweeper vac, and then some rice, some dried beans, popcorn, this little baking mix, and some Pedialyte. So I've actually taken a lot of this stuff out to put on the door, which I think is gonna save us a ton of space in the actual pantry. So now I'm just gonna go through and figure out what to put in the bins if I wanna reorganize anything. Wow guys, look how much emptier it looks, and I honestly only threw away about 3 things that were expired. So a lot of that is just moving stuff to the door, utilizing this vertical space. I highly recommend you do that. Even if you have a tiny pantry door, you can fit something on there. And if you're renting, you don't have to screw it in or anything. We lived like that for a long time with it not screwed in, but even a door organizer like this, you can fit a lot more onto. So I highly recommend that. Highly recommend the tiered carts if you are able to get them. We just love this because I can easily, if I'm making lunches, just pull this out and I don't have to like carry a bunch of stuff to the kitchen because it's kind of difficult. Snacks, we can just pull it out, see what we want. I usually open up granola bars and it's just like extra random stuff. And then for my husband, when he's baking and he has all these random little things he needs, he can easily get it. And I really wanted to move his extra baking stuff down that was up here, and it was just really hard for him to access. So now he can even stand here and look through. We're pretty short, so now he can easily take it off or just see in. And this is all his baking stuff. Flour, there's like some dry milk, graham cracker crumb, brown sugar, regular sugar, powdered sugar, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And then I have extra bulk items because they were kind of getting shoved in everywhere. And up here, I actually have 3 extra blue bins. So I'm just gonna put them there so I can easily reconfigure this, or if I need more storage, I have it. Cleaning supplies, alcohol up there. This huge thing I wish we could fit in our kitchen. It's like professional size saran wrap and I love it, but it's huge and it only fits in here. And then I ended up moving the cereal here so I could grab it easier, and I had a lot of extra space here. And then our napkins and paper plates, because I didn't even know I had 2 things of paper plates because they were kind of shoved up way up there. I couldn't see. We've got excess rice that wouldn't fit in the door, and pasta. This is extra, so if we ever have like potatoes or bulk onions, I keep some in the kitchen already in a little tiered like tray thing. And then if we ever have extra, it can go here. This is basically like taco shells, and these walnuts I bought for a craft that I'll probably use again. This is baking, so basically like muffin, pancake, waffle mix, and this little mix. Breakfast items, mainly for smoothies, plus granola and some dried cranberries. And then those carts. So that is our pantry, and it looks so good. All of these blue trays were from the Dollar Tree years ago. These tags were from Target in the gift section. So it was like $3 maybe for a bunch of them, and they just look really nice. You could flip them over and use the other side if you ever change things up. I don't think I'm gonna label these because it's very easy to see, and I think if I tried to label them, you wouldn't be able to read my writing very well anyway. And that way, if we ever switch it out, I don't have to worry about changing labels. But I think my husband's gonna really like this. It's really easy to see now if we have extra like bulk items, that these were a lot in here and in here. So I bought extra things that I didn't know we already had a backup of. So now I'm happy. I can easily see everything. Our girls can easily see everything if they need to get something. All of the cleaning stuff's up high, so I'm not worried about that. And yeah, thank you guys for coming along. I hope you guys got something decluttered. Thank you guys for coming along to organize, clean, and declutter my pantry. I would love to see your pantries if you guys declutter them. Follow me at WorkLifeGlue on Instagram, and you can DM me. I just love seeing your guys' takes on my videos or how I inspired you. It just really fills up my cup and just makes me feel like I'm actually making a difference here in my little home making these videos. So I would really appreciate that. And if you like this kind of content, plus time management, productivity, hacks for busy moms, I would love to have you as part of our Glue Stick family. So please subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.